Hello everyone and welcome back to Breathing Positivity's Daily Tip Explainer video. And today's tip, finance matters. As business owners, knowing what the numbers are is good, but knowing how to understand these numbers to make an informed decision is even better. Having our business's finances in order allows us to gain insight into the health of our businesses at a particular moment in time. Whether it is our monthly income statement or quarterly balance sheet, the financial management of our business is important. As business owners, our ultimate aim is to get a return on investment that is better than any other investment we can make. Otherwise, why do we slog and sweat when it's easy to invest our money into something that gives us a better return? The value of our return is basically made up of two objectives: how well we manage the operational variables in our business, income and costs, and how well we circulate our limited resources, the capital and its movement through the business, with the ultimate aim of getting a high net profit with a large number of circulations, which then gives us a good return on investment. However, managing our operations well and getting a good circulation of funds requires us to monitor our finances very closely so that we can make those good, informed, efficient and effective decisions. And this requires us to use certain financial tools. A good way to manage our financial tools is by having a good accountant. However, while the accountant is able to give us the numbers, we need to be able to analyze them using information that we have from the internal as well as the external landscape of our businesses. While many of our businesses have great financial reporting systems, from point of sales to more integrated systems, including great accountants, we often overlook them. The true potential of these resources lie in their use to analyze our businesses and should be viewed as assets of control. Even a simple tool such as recording our daily sales in a book can be developed into a very useful analysis mechanism for the day or month and allows us to track the data, giving us valuable information such as seasonality and trends. While many of us have great accountants, we sometimes tend to rely on their better judgment to make decisions. A great accountant is a great asset and a worthy investment. But unless they're embedded within our business, their decision-making capabilities are limited to the amount of information we give them. Let's put this into perspective with a simple example. Let's say on average our gross profit margin is 55% and in 1 month we drop to 45%. Our accountant might be able to bring this to our attention, but without knowing the landscape and the reasoning for this, we will not know why this has happened and most probably make the wrong business decision. As we know, our gross profit margin is determined and can be impacted by several factors. The first, of course, is sales, and the second is cost of sales. And this cost of sales can be further broken down into how well we purchase and how well we manage the stock of our business. Now, the drop in our gross profit could either mean that our sales dropped or our cost of sales increased. Let's assume that our cost of sales was the factor and that it increased. Now, as we know, this could be for two reasons. There's either a problem with our stock or our purchases. The question we then have is the drop of gross profit a good thing or a bad thing? The general answer is that it's bad. However, the fact is that we can only answer this based on context, and the context can only be defined through the information we have at hand. For example, we could have bought extra stock as we anticipated an increase in sales. Our supplier was willing to give us a great discount on bulk purchases, which would then mean the drop in gross profit was not necessarily a bad thing. Making the right informed decision within our businesses requires us to have the right financial tools in place. But it also requires us to have the right information about what is happening internally in our business as well as externally. Recently, I've been working with a wonderful client of mine who with great tenacity and determination has built his business from the ground with very minimum cash injection, which was all that he had at the time. Taking the risk and working long, hard and tedious hours, he managed to build his business into a multi-million rand one in just 10 years. His biggest challenge was that he relied heavily on his sales system to give him his numbers and didn't have any other financial tools in place to analyze the business. Over a short period, the business started to decline and he couldn't analyze the reasons for this to make the right and informed decisions. Working with him over the last few months, we have started to develop the right financial tools to feed into his dashboard. And having seen the benefit of these tools, he is now able to make better informed decisions that allow him to survive. And this can be seen in the growth that he's experiencing. Financial tools with operational knowledge, industry knowledge, as well as the market knowledge allows us to stay relevant, survive, and thrive.